Benji made this one.
Yeah. Peace and life.
That's right.
From the very beginning, the first sound is the beat of the heart. The sound of life is only right. Let the beat is the start. We embark on the life of making memories of sounds. In our mind, what we find, we can make it with rhyme. We expunge, experiment until it's a passion. You find your sound eventually. Just master what you practice. The passion becomes more when you develop your repertoire. There's purpose in the making of these beats. What we do it for.
Welcome to another episode of Beats in Life, baby. I'm your host, Mo B. Yeah, man, I just seen a video with one of the homies, Peasy, my brother from Detroit. Just seen a video with him really giving some insight on where we are at right now with the music business, with content, with whatever y'all want to call where we at right now. And he got a very interesting perspective on how he will, you know, as his career go on, how he will approach rapping on producers' beats. And this is important only because we're in a time where it's really no right or wrong way to make content. It's no right or wrong way to create songs. You know, whoever can pay for whatever. You know, like a total stranger can pay artists and producers to create projects these days. We're in an era where anyone can put content together. So you gotta think. His argument. Well, basically, let me let y'all see what Peasy said. Then I'm gonna come back and then share my thoughts on it. You know, my full context on it.
For the new year, all you producers that sending me beats and shit, all the producers that sending me beats, since y'all is gonna want a percentage on the back end plus publishing, then I'm gonna need a percentage on the front end. You feel me? Y'all gotta send me a percentage on the front end for rapping on your shit. Since you gonna want a percentage on the back end, I'm gonna need a percentage on the front end. You feel me? Send me 25% of what I charge for a verse on the front end. Since you gonna want all yours, I'm gonna need mine too. You feel me? Or not, if not, I'm gonna stay locked in with who I'm locked in with, man. David Weston, DJ Brown, Roger, Royal House, you know what I'm saying? Simo Fire. I got my own producers. If you want me to rap on y'all beat, then send me 33% of what I charge up front. Just like you gonna get yours on the back end. I need mine on the front end though. Other than that, I'm straight. Other than that, you can keep y'all beats. I don't even want to rap on your beats. You feel me? Just get y'all getting y'all publishing at the end and y'all percentage and y'all standing on it. I want mine up front, flat out. Or keep your shit. I'm straight. I don't want your beats then. I need 25 to 33%, man. 25 to 33%, man. Or I'm straight. The same way y'all get y'all money on the back end, the same way y'all stand on the rappers, I want mine on the front end. Or don't send me no beats. Flat out, I don't even want to rap on your beat. You niggas been doing bad business, man. And y'all been standing on the rappers too. Taking the music down, doing host shit, man. Don't send me no beats if you ain't got no money on them. You feel me? I got my own producers I don't even need to. I rap on one beat for the rest of my career. That bitch, I rap one song. I make so many motherfucking songs over and over on one track. Fuck it, man. You want Ghetto to rap on your beat the same way you want your money on the back end? Send me mine on the front end, man. I need 25 to 33% for what I charge for a verse on the front end. On the front end, if you want me to rap on your beat, man. Or don't send me no beats. Keep your beats. If you ain't got no money, bro. Cause I gotta pay you to rap on your shit. So you need to pay me to rap on your shit. You feel me? That's how we gonna play this shit. We gonna keep the business fair, man. So everybody can eat. So everybody can get some money. We gonna keep this shit fair. Finish, whatever. I don't give a what it talk about me. One thing about ghetto, you can call me whatever. That shit don't help. That shit don't make.
Okay, so that's the gist of it. That's the gist of what the homie's saying. And now I'm about to give my full perspective on it. So let's first start off with what he's really talking about, like the meat and potatoes of it, right? So in this era, we are dealing with artists who run their own companies. For one, that's number one, right? And so traditionally, before this era, record labels would reach out to the producers or whoever was a part of the creative process, and they would get all the business handled. But now we're dealing with primarily artists that run their own business. Even if they got a distribution with Empire or a lot of these distribution companies, they don't necessarily run the artist label. So it's still up to the artist to do the business. If they want to be the primary, if they want to own the master and all of that. So when Peasy's saying you got to pay him, and let's be clear, this is not, what Peasy's saying is actually, it's becoming standard. A lot of producers pay artists in today's climate, in today's where it's a million producers, you got AI, you know what I'm saying? Artists can make their own beats with AI. They really don't need no producers. AI has opened up the lane to where a popping artist, can just push a button and generate a beat. And it's gonna go. You know why? Because the artist primarily pushes the algorithm. An unknown producer is not gonna push the algorithm. An unknown producer with the imitation sound, nothing unique, isn't going to push the algorithm, right? So the point that he's making is he knows his value. And that's important for anybody in this music, in the content creation business in general. You gotta know your worth. And so he know his worth. And what he's saying, he's not wrong, because he don't need no other producers. He got his own producers in-house. He really don't need to rap on nobody else's beats. So he letting it be known that if y'all want to do business, producers that's not within his circle, he's not rapping on your beats unless you pay him. And I'm gonna say this, honestly, I don't think he's wrong. I don't think he's wrong. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna add to that why I don't think that's wrong, because I don't think no way to create a song and far as the business go is wrong. Like I said before I played that clip, anybody can put a song together nowadays. Anybody. You can have a weed dispensary, can, boom, get the beats, buy the beats from you, buy the verses from the artist, boom, put the song together. He owned the song. You know what I mean? That's how we can. Actually, it's always been like this, but it's just becoming more common with social media. So what he's saying is, and it's really an opportunity for producers that, because I know a lot of artists like Bodie James, he got a fee. Bodie James has a fee for producers that want to do a whole project with him. And that's really an opportunity. If you think your beats is dope and he fucking with them, because I'm sure the artist still got to fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's really about the money either, you know, with these artists. I don't think they necessarily need no producer's money. But just like with a feature, it's really a formality. It's really like a principle. When an artist asks another artist for, you know, for feature money, a lot of times they don't need that money. What they doing is they want to see where that artist at, how serious this artist is about their craft. So if you're a producer and you serious about and you confident in your product and in your beats, yeah, pay that. It's an opportunity. You'll get it back on the back end. Trust me. You'll get it back. Even if they don't do it, you could do your own business on the back end. Yeah, and I'm gonna create a video on, if y'all don't know how to do that, how you can do that. You know, because what he talking about, what Peasy's saying is not uncommon at all. You know, and so I just think how he was saying it might have came off a little abrasive. But that's just how he talk, you know what I'm saying? That's the homie. I know him, you know what I'm saying? He real cool people, and he's sincere about what he's talking about. You know, whether or not people on that live thought, you know, whatever they thought about him and how he was looking at, trust me, he know what he's talking about. So I don't think it's like a knock. And this is what I tell producers anyway. Don't depend on no placements, quote unquote placements, you know, starting out. If you don't want to do what he suggested you do, right now in today's climate, you find you an artist just as hungry as you, right in your hometown, and network with them. That's your best bet. That's what Energy did. That's what Sav did. That's what a lot of the producers that I managed did. Lavish Too Hot. You start off with somebody that's on the same level as you. You know, because that era of rewarding an unknown, unnamed, no-name producer with, you know, if that sound isn't unique enough, a lot of times these artists, if you sounding like another producer that they already got within their inner circle, why would they want to rap on your beats? You're not sending them nothing different. You just a knockoff version of this producer that they already tied in with. You know, so that's what a lot of the producers these days that don't have a unique sound, that's kind of where they're being left out. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like where a lot of, you know, and I think those are primarily the producers that or the beat makers that Peasy was referring to more than anything. But yeah, I don't know. It's like if it's not, you know, unique enough and it really don't move an artist. A lot of artists are like that. They're not just gonna jump on a beat because it sounds like something that they would listen to or something that they would rap to, and just give you an opportunity of a lifetime, knowing that whatever they drop is gonna do numbers, right? For the most part, it might not be their biggest hit, but you just never know with certain artists how they want to push it or whatever. It could end up being their biggest hit, just like that 2 Million Out. And so the business that he's saying that was bad is not necessarily bad business. Historically, the music business ran, like I said, the labels usually took care of it. So a lot of times the artists, just to be honest, they either don't know, they know, a lot of them know, but they don't want to go about doing the business the way that the record labels used to do the business. So we're in a unique space right now with content creators, with artists, with producers, because really no one really needs no one. But, you know, my philosophy is, you know, let's create magic. Let's make hit records, right? So a lot of artists in today's climate, you know, a song is just another song, is just another song. They're not looking at the content or the music as music. They looking at it as content. And so when you get down to the business of how a song is made and then the publishing and all the back end that come with it, he got a great point. You know what I'm saying? Because when that song is put out, not only do you get some back end, but now you got a credit. You know, now you pretty much, you starting to build up your reputation. You know, you just got to make sure your sound is unique enough to where no one is going to, everybody will remember your beats, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a competitive game. So if we talking about, you know, artists being on the same song and they competing, the producers should be trying to compete with the artists. So the producers should be trying to make their beats, they should be thinking about, I want the audience to remember my beats more than they remember the rap, right? And the artists all naturally think like that. So that's where I think a lot of that, you know, the tone that Peasy was talking about, he competitive, you know what I'm saying? He think he the shit, he's as he should. You know, every producer should think they the shit. You know what I'm saying? Every artist should think they the shit, right? So this is a competitive type of business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to shine. Everybody want to outshine the next person too. But to really make them hits, it's really got to be a collaborative effort, and that's kind of like where your in-house producers that you got a real relationship come in. And every artist, once they get to once they get to Peasy's stage, they're always going to have in-house producers. They're always going to have producers that they grew up with, people that they know, that they just want to like see their mans get money, you know what I'm saying? Put money in their man's hands, you know. And so that's where we at right now. A lot of artists, just like with Grams, YSR Grams, who I manage, he grew up with energy. So to share and eat with his mans, you know what I'm saying? It's real good for him to know, like, damn, this my man's. Let me rap on my man's beats. You know what I'm saying? I don't really need nobody else's beats. So, you know, but, you know, I just love, like that example where I said Bodie, you know, he collaborate, give a producer a whole project. I love that. I love one artist with one producer, you know what I'm saying, a whole project, you know what I'm saying, doing a whole project together. That right there is the best thing, and that's what we gotta get back to. It make the business so much easier, and it just make everything simple on the back end, you know, just making sure that, and the sound is consistent enough to where you like, damn, yeah, that whole project felt the same. And that's where we at, I think. That's like a hip hop thing overall, I think. You know what I'm saying, where we at. But the producers paying the artists at the end of the day, not only is it not a bad thing, but it's just where we're going. You know what I'm saying? It's just where we're going right now. The producers, it's so many, it's so congested. And with artists, you know what I'm saying? Like, producers don't need artists. Artists don't need producers. So like I said, the ideal situation is a perfect medium, a marriage, where you got a producer that's dope with an artist that's dope. They both like each other's shit, no matter where they at, right? No matter if the artist is top tier and this producer just starting out. I love that, you know what I'm saying? That's historically how the music business worked, right? That's historically how it worked, you know what I'm saying? If you got good shit, you know what I mean? But it's just so weird in today's climate where you can have a producer that he might have got the beats somewhere else, or it might be AI beat, you know what I'm saying? So we're in a strange space, man. So I believe what Peasy's saying. I know he not wrong. I know he not wrong. So if you a producer and you mad at what Peasy said, trust me, not only we're already in that era. We've been in that era. Like I said, I gave you one example, but it's a whole lot of producers that I know personally that have paid and continues to pay for their placements. Yeah, just like artists pay other artists for their features. It's common business now. It's common. And it kind of separate the big boys from the little boys. Because if you're willing to pay for something, then you more serious. You take your craft a little more serious. Now, the producers that I manage, they never had to pay no artists. But like I said, they started off with the artists that they helped blow up. You know, once you able to help blow up an artist, you will never pretty much be in a position of paying an artist to get on your beats. Not only that, the business should be taken care of properly. Long as you know, not taking songs down, doing what Peasy said a lot of producers doing, that to me, I would suggest don't do that. Don't ever take an artist's song down. It's so many ways you can get paid on the back end. Why would it's like you killing your own money when you do that. And on top of that, which is more important, your relationship. Because this business is small. Believe it or not, you might have an artist from Detroit. You took his song down, he know everybody in the music business. So now this LA artist that you might want a placement with, he might have talked to Peasy. He might have talked to a Detroit artist. And they told him, like, the word get around, this is small business. So I suggest any producer, if you haven't, you know, did your research on how to take care of your business on the back end, I suggest you do that before you send any beats out to anybody, period. If you don't send no beats out. If you don't do no research, please don't send no beats out. Because it ain't nobody's fault if you're not taking care of your business. That's the way that this business works. You got to take care of your business. Nobody else is going to take care of it for you. So, yeah, man, that's all I wanted to just chime in on that and tell y'all, look, man, just get to work. Use this technology. You don't necessarily need nobody. Nobody necessarily needs nobody. But, yeah, man, I'm out on that note. And I'll be back, man. One.
Energy made this one.
Yeah. Peace and life.
That's right.
From the very beginning, the first sound is the beat of the heart. The sound of life is only right. Let the beat is the start. We embark on the life of making memories of sounds. In our mind, when we find, we can make it with bound. We experience, experiment until it's a passion. You find your sound eventually. Just master what you practice. The passion becomes more when you develop your repertoire. There's purpose in the making of these beats.